Hi all, this is a review of my Swiss franc, of my pound Swiss franc buy trade I took on Friday this week. From a high time frame perspective, I see that if this were on my list of high time frame scans, this would have been an excellent buy. Now I don't usually look at Swiss francs on my high time frame scans because I don't want to have multiple positions running in a Swiss franc pair, which is likely to be the case if I'm trying to ride a big weekly move. The reason for this is I think the Swiss National Bank has a reputation for surprising the market with their announcements, and also it has a reputation for being pegged and unpegged multiple times in its history. So I don't want to deal with those complications. So I don't generally look at Swiss francs to hold. I don't generally look to be exposed to Swiss francs from a high time frame perspective. Now, if I were to have this pair in my scans, this would have absolutely made my list of possibly the best picks for a weekly buy. And the reason for that is it's reacting at a very good accumulation area, untested, fresh and all that. And it started basing over here, and the sellers last week, they look strong, but if there was any lack of follow through that I saw on the low time frame, I would have been very interested for a buy up to this area, if not here or here. So for this particular trade, it was based on a smaller time frame setup, but I checked the high time frame story as I usually do. And on the daily, I see a range has been happening near, of course, that buyer's area. So buyers are building up positions, and higher low has been imprinted, and it looks like a breakout may be happening. On the 4 hourly, I saw that very strong buyers up, breaking these highs, strong sellers down, but they failed to do anything. They just reacted this area. The support holds, and there's some accumulation going on the 1 hour. Some buyers building up their positions. Another probe down by the buyers, a fake out down. And especially on the 15, when I saw that this fake out down had buyers that came up with strong volume, reacted at this seller's area, could not really go very much lower, and it started consolidating here. I was feeling confident that this is probably accumulation happening, buyers building up their positions. So I got into the trade anticipating breakout. I had my stop loss below here, which is the logical area for the overall thesis. This is the reaction area. But I did have in mind a smaller first stop loss over here, where I may have removed some positions, because I did not want to take too much risk of this going down below this support, especially below this probe area. So I did not have my stop loss below or smaller, because I was not so confident that this would not. I was not so confident, and I was not so sure that this would not go down and then come back up, go down to maybe at this area again. Now, this trade was taken during later hours of the night, and it was also taken on a Friday, and I did not want to hold positions over the weekend, because I did not want to be exposed to the weekend gaps. So for that reason, I was already looking for ways to get out, and that's why once this strong buyer's candle came up, I put my stop loss over here. So I think that already shows my bias towards looking to try and get out. Now after this candle, I got a little bit impatient, and I exited the trade for several reasons. Number one, of course, the excuse that I don't want to hold the trade over the weekend. Number two, it was getting close towards the night, and I wanted to go to sleep. But number three, and most important reason, I think the real reason, was after my last trade in Aussie US, I was feeling a bit I was lacking a bit of confidence, and I was feeling a bit protective of profits. I did not want it to go down lower than this line. So for that reason, I just closed it there, thinking, oh, it may react from this area and come down. Because this is the area I had marked at my entry level, target 1, as a potential reaction zone. Now, when I woke up and everything, I saw that this had gone up even more, and I asked myself why there was no reaction over here. And the explanation I gave to myself, which I think is a very, very logical explanation, is first of all, is multiple reasons. Firstly, the sellers were putting up their positions over here in order and broke down. That's correct. But the sellers, they were putting up their positions in a very small range, meaning probably there were not many major sellers putting up their positions over here. It's not a major area of resistance because this was just a very small range. That's the first reason. Second reason, this range was developing during dead market hours. This is late New York, close of New York, somewhere around here. Close of New York, somewhere around here. 2 hours of dead hours. Sydney open, Tokyo open, and around here, I think, is when London would open. So around here is when both Tokyo and European markets were starting to get open, and we can see that this is when the volume indeed started to pick up a little bit. So due to dead hours, small range accumulation, and the fact that this breakout area was tested a couple of times, once there and again over here, I think this is why the prices just did not pay any attention to this resistance, because all of the excess sell liquidity may have been just consumed over here, making it easier to smash this wall. So that's the explanation I gave to myself. I think it's a pretty logical explanation. So overall for this trade, pretty happy with the entry and the read, which has been generally good lately, but not so happy with the exit, because it was due to laziness, uncertainty, and being overprotective of profits, being a little bit overprotective of profits. Now the read over here, I think I gave too much weight to this resistance, but I did still have in mind that due to the higher time frame picture, this resistance could react, but not really fail to reverse anything. Just maybe react at the support and then go back up. That was my anticipation, but I closed it right there due to the reasons I mentioned before, which I have to be careful of next time. So that's all, and thanks. Any comments and questions are very much welcome.